How's it going, everybody? Welcome again to Authentic Podcast here with me, Brandon Yang Yin, your host. Joining me today, we have Marlon Purcell. How's it going, Marlon?
It's going good, bro.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here with you. It's good to see you again.
It's good to have him here with us today. Guys, this is probably a special episode because we have him with us. You're in for a big treat today.
Let's go.
Big treat. So we'll get right into it. Let's go ahead and Marlon, just give us your name, age, your relationship status. A lot of people want to know about that. And then also, if you could go back in time, where would it be and why?
Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Marlon Purcell. Full name is Marlon John Solomona Alipate Purcell. I'm 27. Getting old, bro.
Bro, young, bro. That's
Getting old.
27. 20s are the new 30s, guys. Just letting you guys know.
It doesn't feel like that. Relationship status, it's complicated, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm actually seeing someone. She's a good girl. So if you're watching,
he said slide into his DMs right now.
And that last question, that's a hard one. If I could go back in time, when and where? There's actually a lot of moments.
There's a lot of good moments, bro.
I could think back and change what I've done, but I think a big one, or one of them that's up there. Little background quickly. In 2013, I was signed to the Parramatta Eels, under 20s for 2 years. So I flew to Sydney, gave it my best shot. I was only there for about a year and a bit. Came back and had another go at Warriors New South Wales Cup. Again, tried my best, but didn't crack it in terms of going pro. So just being the person that I am now, having the mindset that I have now compared to that 18-year-old kid that flew over to Sydney. Man, I'd love to go back in time, give it another shot, because the person I am now is very different to how I was back then.
Interesting.
And I'm sure.
Interesting.
And I'm confident I would crack that being the person I am now. But hey, lessons were learned. And I'm glad I went through that experience. It was a mean experience, like something that not everyone can.
Because not a lot of actually, even in New Zealand, not a lot of people actually get that opportunity. To go to that you were given. So, wow, that's pretty cool. That's the time and place I'd go back. That means Marlon was an elite athlete. Just so you know, like growing up, I actually grew up somewhat with Marlon, and growing up, he was somewhat of a high athlete. I was like, wow, this guy.
Thanks.
But yeah, speaking about being an athlete, let's get right to it. So, you're a fitness personal trainer, am I correct?
Correct.
Awesome. So, just talk to us about that. Like, what inspired you to be able to, why did you want to become a personal fitness trainer?
Good question. When I think about it and analyze it, there's two main things. One of them was my, I guess, love and passion for fitness and just being active, and that came with just growing up, playing rugby, doing athletics, doing sport. I found I was quite good at it growing up, and I pursued it, and it led to me just enjoying it more, having a passion for it. And obviously I wanted to reach heights in footy, but I didn't get there. And so in my head, the next logical thing was to get involved in the fitness industry. So there's my passion, my love for it, and there's also a part of me that likes helping people, or giving to others, and I think that came from, I guess it's the person I am, but it also came from church. So growing up LDS, a Mormon, the values that you learn, that it installs in you, helping others, service to others. Yeah. And even though I don't go to church anymore,
no judging, we don't judge.
I still carry that with me. You know, like anywhere I go around the world, around New Zealand, around the hood, around the community, at workplace, at uni. Yeah, with friends and family, I try and take that around with me, what I learned, and how I was brought up, and just those two things together. So helping people, love for fitness, put it together. I became a PT, and bro, I love it.
That's me. Yeah. And like being a personal trainer yourself, like, was there a route that you had to go through to become a personal trainer, or like, because you're studying, right? Is that correct? Yeah.
So to be honest, man, it's pretty easy to become a PT these days. All you have to do is like a 6-month course. The minimum requirement is a personal training certificate, level 3. So that's like instructor. And you can go to, there's a lot of institutions out there that offer it. And yeah, pretty much anyone can do it.
Like if you were to give like a timeline, like how long is that
that's
process?
Like, bro, it's like 6 months, minimum.
Okay, cool.
I know you can actually do it online at your own pace.
Oh, mean.
They give you a time limit, I think 2 years though, but within 2 years. But the fastest, I got mine done in about 6 months. I just sped through it. The course I did go to though was not that great, but it got me the quals, and then from there I just learned everything on the job. I think that's where you get your main learnings from.
And it's not just like, I mean, because we always have those friends that actually do work out, right?
Yeah.
That consistently work out, and it's like, how different is a personal trainer than to someone who's been working out their whole life? Like, is there like a difference, or like, is there like what's your take on that?
Good question, because no names, but man, I've met some personal trainers that they don't know their stuff, and I look at them like, how did you get here? But no hate though. Like, I mean, it takes something to actually go out and study, you know, and do something out of your comfort zone. So big ups to them. But once you're a PT, I would say it's up to you to learn, to have this learning mindset and go out and learn what you need to know. Because honestly, I learned nothing in that course. Everything I learned was from
actually going
out. And back to your original question, someone that's been working out for their whole life, or their whole adult life, teenager life, to where they are now, and to someone that's just gone and got a qualification from 6 months of learning. I would say a lot. I know a lot of people that work out a lot and don't have a qualification that know more than some of the PTs I've met or I've worked with. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, like, and what? Oh, if you want to give us a background, you're a personal trainer at what specific F45? Or
so I just finished up maybe 2 months ago. I'm at a gym called BodyFit.
BodyFit, okay.
BodyFit training. It's very similar to F45. But I've been a personal trainer for, in October it'll be 3 years. So that whole time I was at F45.
F45.
Yeah.
How was that, like, because like F45 is getting pretty big here in Auckland.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how was that experience for you being a personal trainer over there?
So man, F45, it's so good, I love it. I love the idea of it. I think originally, if you don't know what F45 is, it's a franchise. It's a group fitness gym. So you have your conventional gyms like City Fitness, Snap Fitness, Jets. Those are just normal commercial gyms. And then you have kind of more boutique gyms that do maybe one-on-one. Like there's some in Ponsonby. There's one called Vision. They do like one-on-one training. There's real boutique gyms that cater to, I guess, high-end clients and stuff like that. People with money, people that want to focus on something. There's CrossFit gyms as well. That's pretty big. And then there's functional fitness, group fitness gyms, and probably the best one at the moment is F45. F stands for functional, so like functional training. 45 stands for the time limit of the time of the class, so it lasts for 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah, I believe it started in the guy who started in 2011, just his own gym, his own concept. I think he sold the first franchise in 2012 in Australia, so it originated in Sydney.
Oh man!
And then from there, it's just grown worldwide. I think the first one in New Zealand was the CBD one, so Auckland City, and that was around 2015. And then they just started blowing up around New Zealand around, I would say, 2018, 2019. But yeah, it's fun, man. It's good fun. If you haven't tried it, you should go try it out, because yeah, it's pretty cool. So in and out, 45 minutes, functional training, cardio, weights, all in one. Well, they recently changed their programming, so it's kind of more weights based, I guess. But
and is it like a mixture of cause it's a mixture of everything?
Yeah,
right?
it's got cardio, so like you get your heart rate up, you're sweating, you're heavy breathing, and then there's days where they slow it down, and you do pretty much just weights, like pumping weights, working the muscles, and then they have days where they do both, so they mix it all in one. And yeah, it's just fun, man. And the idea behind it is pretty cool. What I would say separates it from
other gyms
is there's probably 3 different things that off the top of my head that really separate it. Is firstly, I guess it's the layout or the setting. So it's not just a normal gym. You don't run on the treadmill, you don't do your own thing. It's kind of circuit training, group circuit training, that includes weights and cardio with trainers. So it's kind of like the trainers are personal trainers within a group setting.
And are they like doing the workouts with you guys? Or?
Nah. So they're just imagine you have a PT. They're critiquing you. They're showing you form. They're pushing you. They're motivating you. So they do all that within the group setting. So they go around the class pretty much being a personal trainer in the group. So there's that part of F45. Secondly, what firstly separated it was the technology. So they have TVs. And the workouts pretty much given to you on these TVs. Back in the day, they were the only ones that did it. Now there's a few other gyms that have kind of, I guess, copied them and added their own twist. But that was one of the main things that separated it, was the technology. So they give you the workouts that are on the TV.
Yeah.
It's done for you. They show it to you. You're in, you copy it. The personal trainer or the trainers help you out. And then the third thing, I think this is the most important thing, is the community. So the community that's made within the gym, from the people, from the trainers, the managers, the owners, just everyone, even the gym members' family, like just the community is probably the most important thing that separates it from
other gyms.
And yeah, you could have like the best trainers, you could have all the new equipment in the gym, you could have all the money to make your gym better, but if you don't have that community, then it's gonna suck. Like it's not gonna live up to its potential in my eyes.
So it's more like basing it like around like good quality fitness, but then also like that little twist of we do it together kind of mentality.
Do it together. And I mean, there's other gyms that do it now, but F45 I guess was the first one.
The first one that's implemented. I mean, because I've seen like a lot of people going F45.
Yeah, man.
And like people like huge. Always complain about like, oh man, it's like the price.
Yeah.
They do complain about the price. Like I'm not like just saying it out there, but people who have experienced it and who went through it, like they just have good things to say about it.
Yeah, like another thing on the price, like people say it is a lot, and like at first glance it is a lot, but then when you think, if you really break down the price and you kind of analyze what you're getting out of the membership, I would say it's worth it. You get like unlimited access to the gym within the time frames, within the classes. You get it's especially worth it if you have good trainers. So if you have amazing trainers, you get access to all their knowledge and their push, their motivation. And if you have good trainers, it's definitely worth it. It's like having a personal trainer. There's also, they have an app that just has everything on it. Meal plans, workouts from home.
To help people with their goals.
And that's, once you pay for a membership, you get that within your membership. So meal plans help you lose weight, gain muscle, whatever your goal is. Like they have articles to do with health and just like anything to do with health that could help you, like sleep, hydration, all that stuff. So if you pour that together and you look at the price, it's pretty worth it.
And then like along with that, quick question, like for like if I do pay for membership, am I able to like work out myself? Like if I, like, or am I only allowed to access the gyms when they have those designated times?
Yeah, so it's not an open gym. It's only the classes. Yeah, that's the model they run off. Yeah, classes.
So I wouldn't be able to like, stay back for 15 minutes.
Well, you can stay. No, actually, you can't. Like, you can stay back 15 minutes. That's cool. Especially classes run back to back. But if you come to the end of the block, and the trainers are chill, then
and you're able to you can do some extra weights.
We've done that. We've done that with members. Cool. Not too long, but we help them on extra things they want to. They want to help with.
Oh, nice. I hear that, guys. If any of you want to try it out, let's try it out. Is there like a free trial?
So every studio is different. So they pretty much have one in nearly every suburb, but they have different owners. So the different owners kind of set what the trial is. So I know some have 1 week free trial, some have 10-day free trial, 2 week free trial, 10 days for $20, 2 weeks for $30. It just depends what studio eh?
That's me.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, guys, time to make a change, in your life. Now, speaking of lifting, and moving on to next question on our list, like our topic, like you were recently in a bodybuilding competition. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So I guess talk to us about your preparation. Like, what made you want to get into this competition? Like, what were your goals in mind? And then also like your feelings of like how you felt when you're entering the competition.
Yeah. Good questions. So what made me want to do it was like the next thing for me. So I've grown up playing footy, union and league. I think it was 2019. 2020, 2019, can't remember. Was the last time I played league for a club. And then I started working full time, and I guess work kind of took over. I wanted to focus more on work since I wasn't pursuing footy dream anymore. So I focused on the personal training. And then I got itchy feet, I wanted to get back out there. I wanted to do something. So I thought, maybe I could try something new. And bodybuilding has always been on my mind. Fighting as well.
Yeah.
And so I went to a few fighting classes. My mate, Ray, aka Soulman, shout out to him, my coach. I met up with him, talked to him, and I kind of, had to decide which one I wanted to do for now, and I chose bodybuilding. And I'm glad I did, because it was a good experience. It was such a mean experience. I learned so much. Ray taught me heaps too. The people I met as well, pretty cool. But the whole experience was just amazing. The preparation was probably the hardest part. The food. The food was the hardest part. If you ask any person that's done bodybuilding,
that's probably like the biggest focus.
The food, especially the cut. So different phases bodybuilder goes through, like bulking phase, cutting phase. You drain the water as well. But the cutting phase is probably the hardest, in my opinion. Bodybuilding. It was my first comp, which was cool. The food part was the hardest.
What type of food were you eating at that time?
So it changed. During my prep. So my comp was in May this year. I jumped on the horse on October 2020. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So it was a 7-month kind of experience, 7-month thing. I would say out of those 7 months, maybe 12 weeks was me actually losing weight. The rest of it was kind of, I went through like a little bulk phase as well, so trying to gain as much muscle as possible without gaining much fat. So the food changes through the different phases. So mostly it's just the staples. So when if you talk to a nutritionist or someone who knows about food, when you talk about staples, it's like staples like meat, so chicken.
Yeah.
I was eating mince. I was eating kumara, potatoes, rice, fish, broccoli, spinach. My snacks I would have. There's a brand, Nature's Valley granola bars.
Yeah.
With the yogurt, with the protein yogurt. Oh, that was nice.
I'll probably just eat that on the diet.
Yeah, oats for breakfast every day. Oats, protein powder and oats with berries.
Yeah.
A little bit of maple syrup, peanut butter. It's a good one.
I've actually had rolled oats.
Oh yeah.
With just peanut butter and bananas.
Oh yeah, bananas. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mix it in. Game changing.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good. Like I learned to love it, and especially if you have a good protein powder, like the flavor. I use Raisy's. It's like a New Zealand made. It's pretty sweet, but I like sweet stuff, and so it makes a difference. I've tried the oats, the protes with other protein powders.
Oh me.
But I'd say that one's the best one. But yeah, just all those foods, and then through the phases, bulking phase, I would have more food.
Yeah.
So you know much about calories in, calories out?
Yeah, like just calorie deficit.
Yeah, calorie deficit. So if you want to gain weight, you need to be in a surplus. So that was me kind of for my bulking phase. But I was in something called a lean bulk, which is you're only just over your calories by a small amount, so you don't gain much fat.
But you still keep on some muscle.
Yeah, you're gaining muscle. And obviously you got to train hard,
Yeah. You probably have to lift. So is it more like heavy?
Yeah, so there's different ways you can train. There's you can go heavy, you can add in volume. So like just maybe not going so heavy, but just getting heaps of different exercises, heaps of reps in.
Yeah.
Just breaking down the muscles. There's like time under tension. This is getting real technical now. Like time under tension, where you you slow. Say if you're doing a bench press, and someone will just pump it up, but time under tension is just you add a tempo and you slow it down, 2 seconds down, pause, 2 seconds up, and it kind of just puts the muscle under a different type of stress. So yeah, and you just change it up, but mostly through my prep was just lifting heavier and lots of volume.
Yeah.
Just to pretend, and I got offers,
Bro,
yeah.
Bro, it's ridiculous, how things are over there. Like, you can actually, do, bro, if you're from New Zealand, you play rugby, you can get into any type of college or whatever, there for rugby. And it's ridiculous,
So I wish I knew that stuff when I was playing,
I wish I knew, because,
I know you were doing mean back in the day.
And I didn't even see it as what it could become. I could be doing.
Yeah.
Because when I finished school, one of my coaches came to me and said, "Hey, they're offering scholarships, full scholarships to Linden and over there." And then when I went in America, I go on my mission, come back, go to Utah. I find out that Linden is one of the best rugby schools in America, and they have full ride.
Damn.
And I was like, what am I doing?
Would have been so good,
That's what I'm saying. I'm over here why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And why don't, that's another thing, why don't most polys think about that?
Right,
Bro, a lot of them must, I'm not sure if it's scared to leave home, but I would say that, they're just, afraid to, hold, to lose what they have.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Because, you always have home to come back to.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I felt like that when I was leaving to Australia, but I think I got over it after a while, because then there was a period of time where I just kept flying back and forth. And I'll stay there 2 years, stay here 1 year, stay there 1 year, come back 2 years, and I was up until now.
Yeah. My parents always said, if I had a girl and, I was locked down, I'd be more focused. And, that's all, I'm thinking about, that's true to some, and I can see it, maybe that is true,
I think another reason why Islanders don't go out there is because they don't have the pathways, and the coaches that they have at their schools are greedy and want to keep them here, especially the real good ones. They want to keep them and play for Auckland.
That's a good point.
Play for Auckland, play for Blues, and yet they make B squad. And then,
well, that's what Takachi was that's what Takachi was talking about.
And then they get
some people left Auckland. Some people, and there's Blues players who actually left Auckland to go play at different clubs.
Yeah,
just organization, bro.
And then they still don't make it. And then there's that pathway overseas that they could crack easily, but no one. I guess. I mean, some of them make it there, but there's so much potential lost.
Yeah, and that's like, I think we hold ourselves back too many times when we should be pushing out to our limits. Like, why not? Why can I not send some of my players to places where they can pursue their dreams?
Yeah.
Like, exactly. If he knows I'm going to do well in Australia, then why keep me back here to play for a B squad and not get enough playing time, not get enough exposure, when I could be getting exposure in a different environment, right? Bring different assets to the table, and then maybe have a better chance than staying here.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we on?
Yeah, we're on. That's good though.
No, that's good. No, I totally agree with that. I know so many people, so many boys through the system, that mean players,
bro, exactly,
mean as, and they're wearing the hivers.
Yeah,
bro, it
sucks. It really does suck, and I feel we just need to do a better job on those because that plays a huge impact on someone's life.
Yeah,
if you think about it, I forgot who told me the story, but one of their mates was so good, and to the point where they wanted to do, what you just talked about. They signed him to the Warriors as a center.
Yeah.
But at the time, their centers were pretty mean.
Yeah.
And they're this was 4 years ago, and then he said that he had an offer to go play to one of the NRL teams over there, but he said, "Nah, I'm already signed here.
Yeah.
I want to stay here, right?" But he's not gonna get enough playing time because how many people did they? Because they sign a lot of people, right?
Yeah,
and they hold you there in case someone gets injured. They bring you back up.
Yeah.
So you don't get enough playing time. You don't you train with the team, maybe sometimes, but then you don't really get enough exposure, enough playing time, enough time to get your back. You know what I mean?
I mean that's exactly what happened to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
So many I was winger center back then. So many boys were winger and center, and when I think back to my Eels team, my 20s team, and I think back to New South Wales Cup Warriors team that I was in, and I look who actually made NRL. In my position, just one. There's some other boys, forwards. There's actually more forwards from my team that cracked NRL, but there's only one dude, Actually two. I can think of two.
Two.
Out of...
But that's two out of
heaps.
A lot, bro.
A lot, man.
Yeah.
And all those other dudes behind them were mean. They were mean players.
And that's hard. It's they kind of hold you down.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, they literally hold you back saying you can't play right now. You're signed with us, but you can't play for anyone else in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So why go through that process and stay there and your talent is not even you're not even doing anything with your talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess it's just that there's a lot of reasons, but I guess security is one of them. You feel secure. True. You have your family here. You're scared to go out and start again, almost.
Yeah. But then, if you think about it, how much do you really get paid when you get signed?
It depends. It depends on your name. Example, when I got signed, no one knew who I was. Whereas Israel Folau's little brother, same age as me, he was signed and he was getting a lot more. For 20s at that age, he was getting a lot more. Yeah, so it just depends.
But then I think about that and I'm would it be better for me to I'd rather go all out and see where all my avenues can go.
Exactly.
Rather than to be undermined for like a long period of time. And then when I'm like 25, 26, 27, I'm like, well, I gotta hang up the cleats and go work construction.
Yeah.
Where the whole time, let's say you went all avenues, like 4 years prior, that would have saved you 4 years. You could have find out that either you made it in rugby, or you could find out that, I don't know, like that it's not for me. I have to give it up and I have to go to school, or I can go a different pathway.
Yeah.
Like that saves you so much more time than just holding people back. You know what I mean?
Man. I think what would help is, I guess, because when you're in it and you're that age, I guess your mind's only focused on what's in front of you, or like you're so close to this goal, you're signed to this team, you're there but you're not there.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's choosing between that and a new avenue, and maybe someone seeing it from the outside and seeing what you can't see, and telling you or pushing you into that and saying, hey, I know you're focused on this, I know your goal is that, but this is equally, I guess, this is equally, or this is the same as that, maybe even better. You know, the potential is more, there's more avenues out here. So I guess, find that person. It could be your coach, your friend, family. Yeah,
there's just so many factors, bro. There's so many factors that influence you. I think it's just trying to find those best mentors. Yeah. And I mean, I think about your best mentors, like they're probably like your best friends and your family, basically. You know what I mean? So we all want to, like, bro, I don't know, like, I would rather go all out to achieve my dreams. Yeah. And like fail until like I done to the point where I've done everything I can. When I've done everything I can, and I'm like, okay, like.
At least you can say that, eh?
You could say that I did it. I did everything I could. Like, you have no regrets. Yeah. Like, think about it. Exactly. Like, you have no regrets at all, and then you're at the point where like, I'm gonna try something else. Yeah. I'm gonna get that's it. Like, at least while he's going to school or whatever other career that person chooses, like he can go back and say, I did everything. Like, he would have no regrets. Yeah. And that's what we live now today. Like, we go construction, and we go like different, and we hear the stories. Yeah. Like, man, it's. Bro, I was playing with. Yeah. See. All Blacks. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't want to be. Like, you always want to be that guy as well.
Yeah.
And as cool as it is to play with those guys, it's a sad reality. I guess, not to be.
It's just reality. Yeah. It is what it is.
You'd rather not be, or me personally, I'd rather not be that person. Or I didn't crack it, but I'm trying to find something to fulfill. Or I have another dream. I have new goals, and I'm happy and content with that. And then,
yeah. See, and then like if you think about it, like when that question you asked before, right? Like, if I were to go back in time, like I'm pretty sure that if something wasn't wrong with that system or whatever it was, like, and if you knew earlier, or like if you had that process laid out like better, like either you would have, like, you probably wouldn't even be here like playing NRL right now, you know, right now, right? Or you would have like saved yourself like 2-3 years. Yeah,
like, and I honestly, like where I'm now, I honestly think I'm better at what I do now than I was a player. Like I'm a better trainer than I was a player.
I like that.
Yeah, and I'm just real passionate about it, and it's, if you find something like that, like find something you're passionate about, that helps as well. That helps, I guess, if you don't make it or whatever, and you find another passion, then that really helps to drive you. It's that, or my experience, that's what has
100%.
Yeah,
100%, bro. When you find something that you love doing and passionate about, that drives you more and more.
Like there's no limit, to be honest, man. There's
totally true.
There's no limit.
Were there any? Just talk to us about if there was like any specific failure or setback that you had that you can go back and say, I'm grateful for that setback?
Yeah, there are a few, but there's one big one, and it's not necessarily a single thing. It's a time period. It was a time in my life, well, it was a setback, not an ideal situation in my life that I was put into, but kind of no fault of my own. So I did this to myself, and I guess I had to face the consequences. I was in this situation, and it helped me grow. And that situation was in 2019. My then partner at the time, we moved to Australia. Moved to Gold Coast. From Gold Coast, we decided to move to Melbourne. So this, in my mind, my eyes, this is like a definitive moment in my life. I look back on this, especially the down part I'm about to tell you, and it really kind of shaped where I am now. So that was 2 years ago. So 2019, moved to Gold Coast, got a job, an F45 job in Melbourne. So what I did was I applied for the job from Gold Coast. I flew to Melbourne, with what I had left. I pretty much got the job on the spot. I was like, okay, fly back to Gold Coast, moving to Melbourne. On the day I moved to Melbourne, me and my ex, we broke up on that day. So that was tough on me. So just, if you've ever been through a breakup, it sucks. So there was that. So
it's not really good.
It's not ideal, man.
Especially when you're moving, like first you're moving, and then you have.
So I was moving to a new city, a new place where I knew no one. I have family there, don't really know them,
know them too well.
And I have two good friends there, but I hadn't spoken to them in a while. So they were friends, good friends, but I hadn't spoken to them in a while. So I pretty much felt like I had no one, just me and my ex. So we moved there, broke up the day we got there. So that's just the whole stress of like having to find somewhere to stay, break up, new job. So there's actually a single, I guess, moment within that time space where she kicked me out. So I was homeless for like a week, bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't really told much. I told like
I can't imagine that, bro. Like, just thinking about that, like I've actually had some friends who have actually been kicked out before, but like, just thinking about that new environment, new place, break up, kicked out, bro, new job,
literally on the street, literally. So I haven't really opened up about this ever, only to like, I guess my close friends and family. But so maybe a few days I stayed at my mate's house. 2 nights I stayed in the gym I was working, so I slept in the gym, and 1 night I stayed in an abandoned building. Yeah, bro. It was scary. It was tough. Like I'm sure there's much worse stories out there, but for me that was. And I'm not the person to go out and ask for help.
Yeah.
And like, my dad was calling me like, "Where are you?" Yeah. And I remember just sitting in this building, cold as, and I was like, I don't want to swear, but I was thinking to myself, what the hell? You like, why have you done? I know what I did, but what are you doing with your life to get you to this point? And that was kind of the setback moment for me. And so there's that, going through the breakup, new job. Working in the F45 environment with all that stress, it put me under pressure, and I wasn't kind of performing. The job was head trainer, so that was my first management role.
Dang.
Yeah. So I was head trainer at a studio called F45 Brunswick East. So shout out to them. Shout out to Nick as well, my manager. Good dude. He taught me a lot of what I know. But he was the one who kind of pulled me up, and was just like, "Man, you're not performing. Like, what's wrong?" And I didn't tell him what I was going through. And even at the time, I didn't think that was affecting me. I'm one of those guys that just
Just push it away,
even though I was homeless.
Push it aside, yeah.
Break up. I guess I was depressed, but I didn't acknowledge it at the time.
I mean, all those factors, like, you know,
all those factors that a normal person would kind of just
contribute to that. Yeah, to
normal person would kind of acknowledge and let it maybe get to them or affect them. I kind of just blocked it out, and even though it was affecting me, I didn't realize it. And people around me were kind of realizing, like members of the gym were like, who's this new trainer? He's not up to scratch. Like, he sucks. And it affected me heaps. But it's kind of at that time space, in that moment, I had to sit down and think, like, what am I doing with my life?
Reflect.
And I had to reflect. And since then, I mean, I've had setbacks since then, but that was probably one of the biggest, and it
probably much, one that shaped to where you're at right now.
And then from there, just having to rebuild, like, my confidence and my coaching at work, just as a person. I went to like therapy and all that, saw a counselor. That helped me, but I guess, and since I didn't know anyone as well, I had no friends, no family there. I guess a lot of the social interactions I had was at work, with all the members that coming through the gym and my manager that I worked like closely with. It was kind of he really kind of helped me get my coaching up to scratch to become the head trainer, or a head trainer standard. But through that, he kind of helped me, I guess, feel good about myself again. Yeah. And come back from that setback.
Just providing that peace.
Yeah. And then, and ever since then, from there, just confidence grew,
It's been an upward.
Yeah, it's been an upward.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just going up, and it's really good. My coaching got better. More confident in my coaching others, training others, myself in general, just talking to people in general, just like out on the street, out at a bar, club.
Bro, that's mean.
Out on sports field, wherever, gyms,
Bro, that's. Thank you for sharing, bro.
Nah, no worries.
Going to our last question. So you've been, PT, your experience that you've had, just give your thoughts about our community, like in the Polynesian community, in terms of fitness, right? Like, we always strive.
Yeah.
Think about it. We do strive to make an effort, but I feel like we could always do better.
Of course.
Right? Yeah. Like, I mean, like, we love to play sports. We're pretty athletic.
Yeah.
But majority of us, like, some of us suffer like a lot of setbacks in terms of health.
Yeah.
And just giving your thoughts on that, like, what can we do as a community, focus more on how the importance, or prioritizing the importance of fitness within our community, within our families in general, because it affects, like, if you think about it, being fit, it really affects your well-being.
Yeah.
Right?
Good question. So, well, firstly, I'm not a doctor. This is just my own.
He's not a doctor, guys.
This is from just me as a personal trainer, and growing up in, Auckland and Mangere, being a poly myself, and just from my own experience, the importance of fitness in our community. Fitness should be. I think, in my opinion, it should be kind of one of the main things, not the main things, but a staple in anyone's life.
Yeah. As long as being active.
Yeah,
right?
being active.
Yeah.
When you talk about fitness, it could be anything. It could be like organized sports games on Saturday for your club, to just playing out in the park, to the gym, actual exercise, like actual fitness. Just being active outside with your kids or your family, just that counts as fitness. So just, I guess, like I said, I'm not a doctor, but just kind of remembering that if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, and when I say healthy, I guess you just want your body to be in a good condition where you're not You didn't have any setbacks.
We can just do your daily needs.
Yeah, you can do your daily duties without having to worry about your body or certain things wrong with your body. Then I would say fitness is something that you should definitely get into. Doesn't have to be F45, doesn't have to be a marathon. You could start by going for walks. You could just go on Google and write the importance of fitness. You can go on Google and search anything these days, and
that's right. Google,
you'll find hundreds, thousands of articles telling you the benefits of fitness. So I reckon fitness for anyone is important, but for our community, man, it's what our community faces, and the health setbacks. Then I would say fitness is really important for our community. These health setbacks that us as a community face. I mean, it's kind of hard because I personally haven't experienced that, and so a lot of people might look and be like, "You can't talk. You haven't experienced shit. You haven't gone through it." But just growing up in the community in Auckland and Mangere Southside,
it's a big thing.
All around you. My family, my auntie, my dad's sister, she passed away from a heart attack. She was overweight, obese. My grandfather, great guy, Solomona, he's well known in the church, or out south side anyway. He died from heart problems. And what could have maybe helped that was, I guess, fitness, going for walks, exercising.
Daily walks.
To be honest, it's kind of a mixed bag fitness in our community from my experience. There's families that are into it, PI families that are into it, like all the boys play sports, play rugby, girls play netball, and then there's other people I know that, it's not a priority for them. And I think a big thing is just the way you're brought up. That helps, I guess, if your parents bring you up.
Yeah.
And that's a part of their life, and they make it part of your life, which was the case for me. My mum was a big drive behind that. She made us kids get up, go for runs with her.
Her mom's active, bro.
Yeah, she's still going at it now. She does waka ama. She goes to the gym.
Bro, and then she swims.
Bro. Yeah.
Honestly, like I went swimming. I think a couple months ago, and then I saw your mom actually in the pool doing laps. I'm like,
yeah.
And she's been, keep it in mind, she's been doing this for ages.
Yeah, years, man.
Years,
like,
bro.
Years.
Like since I was
over a decade,
bro. Since I was little.
Yeah.
I
don't know how I hate swimming, but she loves it.
I actually love swimming. Swimming's good. Yeah, swimming's good.
Yeah.
I guess because that was one of the first sports we did was swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess one of the important parts, I think like we're pretty active as polys, right? Like that's a no-brainer. But I think when it just comes to food, bro, it's hard.
Bro, that's the thing. Like poly, you go to the local gym, you'll see polys in there. You'll see them on the sports field. You'll see them going for walks around the block, around the hood. But
and then you see them the next.
And then you go to KFC for dinner. KFC. And but like it's hard because
we love our food, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to get too technical with this, but I mean, I'm not a nutritionist yet. I'm studying nutrition at uni along with sports science, but food, it's just ingrained in our culture. So I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
But then
food, bro. Yeah. If you think about it, any event, whether it be a funeral, a wedding, whatever, the first thing on the menu is like, what's the food?
Yeah.
Like, what are we eating?
It's a big part of our culture and our community. And obviously that has a big thing to do with it. But then you can say that, but you can then think of other cultures. And food is a big thing for other cultures. If you think of Italians.
That's true.
Love their food. They have big families, love their food. Mean food.
Pasta, bro.
So good.
I love pasta,
like,
bro.
Yeah, especially when I'm in Australia, like, their Italian food is better than here.
Oh yeah, probably for sure.
Pizza, yeah, but yeah. So there's that, and then you actually sit down and think like, okay, there are other cultures that love their food. So then I guess the next thing you think of is the type of food, or you think of the amount of food. So I guess if you really get technical, it comes down to that, and also this is getting really technical again. I'm not a doctor or a researcher or anything, but I don't know if you have looked into it, but like Polynesian genes, Pacific Island genes.
Yeah.
There's another thing that
I've read something. I actually did a study in uni about like us as polys.
Yeah, we have a gene that makes us retain fat more than any other type of person in the world.
Yeah.
So you mix that together with lots of food, and it's just
just bad.
Yeah, it's just bad compared to someone else that likes food.
It's good for like sport.
Yeah.
Because we like our bone density compared to other people, and as well, not only our bone density, but I think it was also talking about that chromosome. How, that's really true. Like, it helps us during physical activities.
Yeah.
Everything about sports, but
bro.
On the downside, if we don't eat right, it affects our body.
Yeah, like it could affect you if you're like, we have like great genetics, and if you pair that up with good nutrition, a good training program, you'll be up here compared to other people.
Yeah.
But if you're the opposite and you eat heaps, don't work out, then you'll be just all the way at the bottom, and that's what happens I
just think we just need to eat in more. If you think about it, if we cook more, eat in more, and portion size our food, that's all it is. If you think about it.
It's but in my experience, I feel like it's easier said than done.
It takes a lot of effort though.
Yeah, I know
to cook dinner.
I know, like just from experience, myself, I don't have that gene. So I can eat a lot, and I think it's just how active I am. How
I like that. I'm gonna get that gene.
How active I am, and how much I just move during the day. I can eat, or even a lot of people have said this about me too. The ones that know me too. I eat a lot. I eat a lot of bad food,
and you still stay the same.
And I stay the same.
Bro, that's like the best gene to have.
Not entirely the same. Like now that I'm a bodybuilder, I'm not a bodybuilder. I just do it. Side. But
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I've learned like what my body can handle and what it can't, and it's like
know your body.
I know my body, and that's another thing that helps. Knowing your body, knowing I literally know if I'm in my version of a good shape, I know how much I can eat.
Whereas
till I start tipping over my own expectations, and then I can stop and bring it down a bit.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's how in tune I am with my body.
I like that. So guys, make sure that you know your body.
Just going back to the original question about the community. The eating is what I think breaks our people down.
Or even just taking the effort to cook. I know it takes a long time. Like it probably takes. And we work a ton, right? We do work a lot. Some of us work long hours, but. Game changer, cooking home cooked meals. Saves money, right?
Definitely.
And also, bro, you just feel better eating that food. I mean, I think it's just a time thing, I think.
Yeah.
Because we like to save time. And I know a lot of people would rather pay $20-$40 for fish and chips or chicken nibbles and chips.
Yeah.
Than spend an hour cooking a nice chicken.
I definitely agree with that.
Chicken kumara.
Yeah.
Maybe some mushroom sauce.
Yeah. It's so time consuming, especially bodybuilding prep.
I bet.
Excuse me. All the meals. It's a killer. But it's just something you have to do, I guess, if you that's scene in the bodybuilding scene. But as in general, as a normal person, and in our community, like just cooking from home, whole foods as well. Less calorific. Excuse my language. Less calorie dense food. So like eating taro is mean. It's one of the best foods. But then it's about that what you add on top, that cream, that coconut cream.
Yeah.
That's
especially for us with salt and mayo.
There you go,
bro. That's deadly.
That's like the game changer. Like, if you think back to the islands, back in the day, they never had mayo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, our Polynesian food is good, but it's when you're over here like this with the salt and then this with the mayo. You ever see someone put mayo like this?
Facts, bro. I've seen that one too.
Or they just grab the whole thing.
Yeah, bro. Undo the lid.
Yeah.
Plop.
And you put the tomato sauce in.
Tomato sauce, burger sauce.
Honestly, it's good for once a week, maybe like once a month.
I have so when I'm doing my meal plan, I have cheat meals once a week.
See, guys.
And it works. It only works because I guess the plan I'm on, it all works out, the calories and knowing how to do it and stuff. There's ways of doing it, I guess, freestyle. But then you might get to a point where you kind of, I don't know, if you're trying to lose weight and plateau or something, that's when you got to start like tracking and doing it properly and all that.
I'll do that.
But yeah, bro.
Well, thanks for joining us, Marlon.
Thank you for having me, bro. Thanks for having me.
This guy. Guys, don't worry, I'm going to put his Instagram in the description below so you guys can follow him. Alright? But, bro, we learned a lot. Had some good knowledge given to us about our bodies, fitness, rugby, picking up girls at the gym. Other than that, though, yeah, guys, and also make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment. Show some love. Also, as well, if you haven't already tried F45, go ahead and try it out. You never know. Or even go to a gym. Be focused on your purpose, and your health while you're there, right? And everything that we covered on today. I hope everyone can take these things and apply it to their lives. But yeah, other than that, till next time. Thank you again. We'll see you guys.